I love you guys very much, but let me remind you, the star of the show is the cake and not me. But what you're about to see is absolutely horrendous and embarrassing. A lot of you in the comments were asking for a part 2, and honestly, I debated so hard about posting this. Oh my gosh, I'm so
There's a hole in your
but
shirt.
the show must go on. I can't be the only one who's ever worn a shirt with a hole in it on TikTok, right? And if I am, then it is what it is. Anyways, let's get back into this cake detail. So originally, I wanted the cake to be done before 12 because the party was at 2. Remember I told you guys I asked mom to freehand the cake? Well, the idea was to make a marble effect cake, which I had no business doing because I barely could frost a cake properly at this point. Once I was done frosting the cake, I smeared the red buttercream on the cake and scraped it until it started blending and creating the marble look. This part actually took some time because I had no idea what I was doing. I just looked at a few videos on TikTok and I was like, yeah, I could do that. Honestly, I am happy with how this turned out. My husband was standing around the whole time making sure the cake looked good because he's kind of a perfectionist when it comes to me doing things for other people. But when I started piping the border, he asked if the cake was for a boy or a girl because the frosting looked pink. So I had to take that border off, smooth the cake all over again, recolor the buttercream until it turned a bright red color, which honestly looked way better. I can't explain how nervous I was because this was the cake that mom wanted and this is what I was giving her. The whole time I was complaining to my husband saying, maybe I should have just done what she wanted instead of doing my own thing. But at this point, there was no turning back. Anyways, this is what the cake ended up looking like. I added a few cake toppers around the sides and on top. I also called mom and asked if she wanted some cupcakes because you can't have a party without cupcakes, right? So I made some cupcakes, filled them with the same cheesecake filling, and added the same red and white buttercream at the top. Once the cake and cupcakes were done, we packaged everything up, added the toppers, and headed to the party. When we got there, I set up the cake table, displayed everything as best as I could, and guess what? Mom absolutely loved the cake. And this is how the birthday boy cut the cake. How cool is that? A lot of people also complimented me saying that the cake was very beautiful and it wasn't too sweet or too dense. I was blushing from all the compliments. Overall, I would say this is a huge success. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.